Hey, welcome all you productivity junkies. Darren Persinger, your coach and trainer here. I'm getting ready for my first session of fourth quarter strategy sessions for 2009. I'm sitting here in KW Everett training room, just about to get started with this 30-minute countdown. For those that know me, you might be wondering why I have my bed in here in the training room and why I have some paddles and oars. That might seem weird to you. For those that don't know me, that probably seems really strange to you. Well, you'll have to show up at one of the fourth quarter strategy sessions to find out why your coach and trainer, Darren Persinger, brought in his bed and has some paddles and oars hanging out in the training room. Kind of weird, right? Hope to see you at one of these fourth quarter strategy sessions. I put a lot of time and effort into planning them to make sure that your fourth quarter is huge so that you have an amazing, epic 2010. We'll see you guys. Keep in mind that this is not a planning session, a business plan for next year, not for 2010. This is just to make sure that your fourth quarter is a killer fourth quarter, because Susan Scott, the author of the book Fierce Conversations, the very first sentence of her book is, "No plan survives its collision with reality." I am always a contradiction on things, so something that I absolutely just know beyond a doubt is that I can't control any outcome in my life day to day. And I have the choice on how I respond to every outcome that presents itself. See that people severely overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year, but underestimate what they can accomplish in 5. You just picked up a new client that is very influential amongst their sphere. Does that help your career now? We have to stop thinking 1 year at a time. This is not about your year, this is about your very esoteric. No plan survives its collision with reality. That doesn't mean that reality can't be nice sometimes. That's not meant to be a negative statement. That's not the way I read it. Next year will be better if you are willing to hustle, if you're willing to get out there and do this. I liken it a lot to the seasons. And unfortunately, you guys don't have extreme seasons here, so this analogy doesn't work very well. But when you're going into the fall season, out of the summer, and you're used to the temperatures being, 90 degrees, and all of a sudden it's 65 degrees, that feels cold. So you see people that were normally wearing shorts and t-shirts putting on jeans and sweatshirts and jackets now. And then it turns into winter and drops down to 30, 20 degrees. They're wearing winter coats, hats, and mittens. So it goes from 30 degrees and then comes back. Springtime, it comes up to 60 degrees. And all of a sudden, people are wearing what? They put on their shorts and their t-shirts now.
It feels so much warmer in the transition up.
Absolutely. So your guys' transition here, it feels bad because you're going from summer, it was so hot, the market was so good, and you're moving into the fall. And it feels really, really cold. And it's not as cold as what it actually is. What does it take to master something?
Knowledge.
Practice, knowledge, experience, determination, commitment, accountability. What have you mastered and what did you go through in order to master those things? I think the biggest question that you should be asking yourself is the who right now. Don't worry about what to do or how to do it, but start looking at who can help me accomplish this. The who is a big, big leverage piece.
Do you want to have coffee after this?
Sure. I sent a lot of stuff her way.
You're one of my who's.
So when you are looking at, I don't know how to do this, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, don't even worry about that. Who can help me with this? And the second part of that question is who is connected and who's well respected. That's what I'm looking for when I'm trying to figure out my next move to make. Okay, who can help me get there? And is this person respected and well connected? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this. And instead of banging your head against the wall, call me. I am the most underutilized resource you guys have. I promise you. I should not be allowed to sleep. My phone should be going off the hook. I should have 200 emails a day. Every single agent in Marysville and Everett should be emailing me, Darren, I need to know about this. Darren, what advice do you have about this? Darren, have you looked into this? What is your strategy? What are going to be your tactics that you're going to use to bring in the listings that you want and the buyers that you want for your fourth quarter? You might have to use a different approach with your sphere now, absolutely. You might need to contact them more often. You might need to pick up the phone instead of doing direct mail. Those are tactical changes, not strategy changes though. And I'm going to say, don't change your strategy, but change your tactic. I can't see anything that has been accomplished though without some passion, some fire, some desire behind it though. When we go back to talking about mastery, how are you going to work on mastery day in, day out, because that's what it takes, right? If you don't have some sort of burn. If you want to go work a traditional job, there's a huge accountability piece there. You're going to be told what to do at 8 o'clock. That's show up. You're going to be told when you get to go have lunch, noon. You're going to be told when you get to go home. You're going to be told how the reports have to be filled out, what your next project is. There's a huge accountability piece. If you can't hold yourself accountable, which you can't, by the way, if you think you can, you're in denial, you're back in your bed. I look at every person in history, and no one has done anything alone. I look at Bill Gates and how successful he is, and who did he have alongside him the entire time? His wife, yeah.
She came along later, sorry, she did,
okay.
much later.
Paul Allen.
Paul Allen.
Okay.
Paul Allen was right there with him. Tiger Woods. Sure, we talk about, you need coaches like Tiger Woods. He's had that same caddy like his entire golf career. So there's someone carrying his bag that's by his every step, literally every step. His dad, before he passed away. A boxer, solo sport. How many people are sitting in that corner waiting for him when the bell rings to come back and sit down? I don't see anyone succeed alone, and you're silly to think that you can. I need you to not bring up 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. You need to let it go. We have the state motto of Wisconsin and this little statue that sits on top of the Capitol building. And the Capitol building is a replica of the Washington, D.C. Capitol. And there's a little statue that sits on top. She's a little bronze statue, and her name is Miss Forward. And she's pointing. And that's the Wisconsin state motto, is forward.